Applause is my dear friend and all the way from a far country, Scotland. Yeah, so give it up for Paulie Russell.
Hey guys, hey Dan, scooping out your second half. There's a wee bit of stand-up tonight. Need to make it happy fucking Doric, because half is when I can fit the fuck is happening. Don't worry guys, I've learned to speak English. I just like to start really fucking Scottish, so like half of you are like, oh, he's doing a funny Scottish accent. The other half are like, oh fuck. This is gonna be a long 15 minutes whilst the guy in the hat makes some noises at us. Yeah, I'm Paulie, from Scotland. What can I say about being Scottish? We're not English. I take that pretty fucking seriously. Don't know if you've noticed, it's kind of our thing. I think the time that I realised just how seriously we in Scotland take not being English. True story, I used to work in a hotel in the centre of Amsterdam. One time I was working night shift. 4 Scottish guys came into the hotel, wasted drunk. I know this is a far-fetched premise to let you guys off with, but this is a fucking true story. 4 Scottish guys come in wasted drunk. The most wasted of the 4 of them immediately passes out unconscious on the floor, like. And his mates turned and looked at him, and they're like, ah, fuck, Stevie's passed out. Stephen has fallen unconscious. I'll give you guys some subtitles. Like, fuck, Stevie's passed out. So his 3 mates just started kicking at him. They're like, Stevie! Stevie! This was their Scottish resuscitation technique. Surprisingly, it wasn't working. So they just abandoned him. They're like, fuck it, Stevie's passed out, let's go. Leaving Stevie unconscious on the floor. Me behind the reception desk, I've seen my fellow Scotsman in trouble. And I feel like it's somewhat my duty to go help him. So I go over. I'm like, Stevie. Stevie. But listen, he's Scottish, I'm Scottish. We have an etiquette in Scotland. When somebody passes out unconscious drunk, you don't make a fuss of them in their first hour of unconsciousness. That's considered rude. We call that the golden hour of redemption. In Scotland, there's every chance that guy might pick himself up and have an okay night, so... I went back behind the reception desk to give Stevie his hour of redemption. And I watched some YouTube videos. About 1 hour went by. Not gonna lie to you guys, not a lot of fucking redemption was happening in Stevie's corner. The only thing that changed is now these uptight American tourists were arriving back at the hotel and they were somewhat disturbed by Stevie's presence. I'm like, oh my god. What's that? What's with the unconscious guy on the floor? What kind of hotel is this? I was like, fucking relax, that's Stevie. It was getting out of hand, so I had to call an ambulance. So I called an ambulance, these Dutch paramedics arrive on the scene. They go over to Stevie, they're like, oh, Stevie. That's my impression of a Dutch paramedic. I know it's fucking shit, but fucking... Stevie! They can get fuck all out of Stevie either. So they take a fucking big stretcher and they lift Stevie up onto the stretcher and they start to take him out of the hotel reception. And at this point, I start to feel a little bit embarrassed. So I said to one of the paramedics, I said, I'm sorry that one of our hotel patrons is causing you this inconvenience on a Friday night. The paramedic turns back to me and he says, no, it's okay. We are quite used to drunk tourists from England. I said, you're fucking used to what? At which point, I kid you not, Stevie lifts his head. He said, I'm fucking Scottish. And then passes the fuck back out. most fucked up part is I actually felt proud. I was like, Stevie, there's your fucking redemption. I tried to give him a fist bump, but he was back unconscious. That means that was his last cell of energy to identify himself as not being English. But guys, give me a cheer. Give me a cheer if you've seen Scottish, English, Welsh. If you've seen British tourists in Amsterdam, give me a cheer if you've seen us. If you've not seen us, I'll tell you what to do. After the show, go to the red light district, look for a group of guys who are all wearing sports clothes. But it looks as if none of them have ever done sport. These guys are not making my life easy because I have 6 months to find myself a wife with an EU passport before fucking Brexit happens. Is anyone getting interested so far? I will also consider men. Not really what I wanted, but they told me at the Mesrab if I came on after the break, some of the people here might find me exotic. Sir, do you find me exotic? Where are you from? From right here. You were born in that chair. What are the fucking chances? I think I've got a match. I actually came close to having a wife with an EU passport. My ex-girlfriend, who I dated for 3 years, is from Romania. Any Romanians in the house? Say da. Good, she's not here. So, story. No, honestly, I dated a Romanian girl for 3 years. And at the time of our relationship, I never thought that I was the one that would one day be needing the passport. History took an unfortunate fucking twist. I remember back in the glory days of like 2013, 2014, I went travelling with her through the Balkan countries, through like Serbia, Croatia, Bosnia. None of those countries back then were in the EU. So every time you got to a border, they did a passport check. Anyone here from the UK? They're hiding. Yeah, basically, when you get to a border there, they do a passport check, they're not in the EU. But if you are an EU citizen, you can move freely through the border because the EU did an agreement with each of those countries. Just some of the things the EU does for you. Explain it to the English people, they don't understand. So these big fucking macho Serbian border guards would come on and be like, passports. And I would produce my British passport, which at that time I thought was good. I was like, British, let me through. They're like, yes, on you go. Then my ex would produce her Romanian passport. Romania, which has been in the European Union since 2007. But apparently, Serbian border guards didn't get the memo. Because they would study that shit like they were solving the enigma. They were like, what is this? How did Romania get in the EU before Serbia? We really fucked up in the 90s. So I thought this is fucking hilarious. So every time we checked into a hotel, I said, Arena, I'm going to take my British passport. I'm going to place it nice and safely in this drawer. Then I took her Romanian passport, but just to be a dick, I called it her Romanian travel documents. I said, I'm going to place your Romanian travel documents on top of my British passport, eclipsing it. I'm going to close the drawer. That way, if we are subject to a break-in, and anyone looks in this drawer, they're going to be like, oh, nothing to steal, just Romanian travel documents. Same joke, every single hotel. No variation. A few months after that holiday, we broke up. So now I'm stuck. But what do you guys think of national stereotypes? I'm going to do a little survey. I'm going to shout national stereotypes. You have to vote with your voice. You have to shout true or false. When I shout national stereotypes, I do this with the microphone. You shout true or false. Do you get the concept of the survey? So please partake, because it's very awkward when I do this. There's just silence. So, national stereotypes. True. Man, I thought the Mesrab was more politically correct than that, but I don't know. I was actually raised in the north of Scotland with not much variety of nationalities, and we were told not to stereotype people by nationality. I moved to this international city. I go to a place like Schiphol Airport, an amazing place because you see all the different collections of different nationalities coming off their various flights. And I'm like, fuck me. All the stereotypes are true. There's no greater evidence of national stereotype than that airport. The first group you always see are the Dutch, where the Dutch say, yeah. Fucking have some enthusiasm. The Dutch, guys, the Dutch are the first ones you always see, always arriving back from your cliche as fuck gap years. From places like India and Nepal and Thailand. And every time you come back from one of your gap years, for the next 6 months, you're wearing parachute pants. You have a suntan and an obnoxious air of optimism that makes everyone wish you'd fuck off back to Nepal. If you're visiting Amsterdam, what you need to know about the Dutch people is the average Dutch person by the age of 24 has taken 5 gap years. There's some of you in the crowd, you know I'm talking about you. If it's not you, you've at least got friends like that. They invite you to a fucking dinner party, you get into their dining room, and on the dining room wall there's a random piece of ethnic cloth attached to show how fucking worldly they became. We're actually currently using the Dutch gap year in Scotland as a barometer for when to see how shitty Brexit is getting for Scotland. It's going to be the moment that Dutch millennials start coming to Scotland to take their gap years. You're just going to see fucking, I don't know, Femke. Parachute pants. Rolling up to Glasgow Airport. Hey Femke, what are you up to? Yes, I just came to take a gap year in Scotland. We're going to build a school. We're going to teach the locals English. If you Dutch people thought how your gap year must look from an Indonesian perspective. Indonesia, a country you colonised for 300 years. Their entire economy was shaped to benefit the Netherlands, who on the back of this colonisation has become one of the richest countries on earth per capita. Indonesia, as a consequence, has a massive population that's beset with social problems. And what does Indonesia get in return? Some 22-year-old prick called Yop. Some shithole like Svola. Coming to work in an orangutan sanctuary for a year. Fucking shit deal, guys. So you carry on to the airport. The next group you see are the Americans. Any Americans? Yeah, America. Always really excited to be in Amsterdam. Just not fucking sure what country you're in. Hey, Gordy. Selfie. Where's Amsterdam? I don't know, ask someone. No, I don't speak Danish. So you carry on through. The next group you see are the Russians. Any Russians in the house? Say da. Da! Oh, a few. There's always a fucking few Russians. Just keeping an eye on shit. Russia's a special country because in Russia, if you can afford to go flying, that makes you like a big deal in Russian society. So the Russians dress up fancy to go flying. But I'm talking Russian fancy. Known in the rest of the world as tacky as fuck. Never as a country until Russia came along, produced such beautiful women and such fucking ugly men. How is it genetically possible that the same DNA can have such varying results depending on the gender of the child? When a Russian woman gives birth, is she like what just came out of me? Was it a supermodel or a war criminal? But the Russian men, they're not the ugliest on the planet. That is saved for the last corridor you get to in Schiphol Airport. It's the EasyJet flights flying back to the UK. My fucking corridor. You get in that corridor, you think, fuck, we look weird. There's guys in that corridor who are fat and thin at the same time. As if they evolved in a different gravitational realm. Like someone got a child to draw a picture of a fat person. Johnny, draw a fat person. Alright, circle, arm, leg, leg. There, mummy. Oh wow, it's a British person. But yeah, I've got to find myself a wife. Brexit, that was a fucking disturbing. Now, who's in the UK? Who's in the UK here? Do we a big Brexit fan over there? Oh! tricky, yeah. What are you doing here then, fucker? Who else is in the UK? Who else we got? Yeah, you live in there. Did you guys watch the EU referendum results coming in on the TV? That was a disturbing night for me. I started to watch the results coming in. Obviously wanted to remain, live here in Amsterdam. Started to look pretty fucking Brexity around about midnight. I thought, okay, I'm gonna go to bed, I'm gonna sleep, and when I wake up in the morning, this shit show's gonna be over. So I went to bed, I slept like 5 hours in my dark room, woke up, opened up my laptop computer, it was like BBC News, it just says Britain votes Brexit. I was like, what the fuck? I think a Russian troll farm has hacked my laptop computer. I need a second opinion. So I got my phone to check the exact same website. BBC News. But before the news could upload, I looked and I had to this day what I think is the best WhatsApp message that I've ever received in my entire life. It was from my ex. It was just a photo of her Romanian passport. Underneath it says, what do you think of my travel document now, bitch? Guys, I've been Polly Russell, thanks a lot, cheers.
That was Paulie, yes? He's gonna wait at the bar and then you can, propose.